What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Sunday, August 10th, 2025. My name again is Chris Drummond. I'm a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a special guest that's going to be coming on with me today. She is a sports reporter for Bluff City Media out there in Memphis, Tennessee, covering the women's Memphis collegiate basketball team. Her name is, Sh- Shemaria.
Shemaria.
Shemaria. I'm so sorry. We live with it. Shemaria Wiseman. That her last name is Wiseman, and we're gonna talk to her about her why of getting into sports journalism. We're also gonna talk to her and get to know her a little bit as well. So, welcome to the podcast. How are we doing today?
Great. I am happy to be here. Very happy.
I'm happy to have you on here as well. No doubt about that. And listen, my first question to you is the same as it always is with every guest that I have on here. And that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models, any inspirations growing up? But ultimately, what led you into going into a career of sports journalism?
You did kind of cut in and out, but from my understanding, you're asking about my why. Why do I do what I do? The biggest
Yeah.
reason that I do what I do is because I want to be a being, a person that other little girls can look up to
Mhm.
when it comes to the sports media world. Any inspirations I had growing up, most definitely, and there are actually growing up, it's crazy. Growing up, I actually wasn't the biggest fan of sports, so I
Uh,
didn't to get into this field until I reached high school. But sports had always been around me. My parents played sports. My father played football. My mother did basketball, track, all of that.
right.
My sister and brother played sports. I unfortunately was not talented. I wasn't gifted with the talents of playing any sport at a elite level like my siblings were. So I
Mm.
found my passion being on TV. I knew I wanted to be on TV from an early age. So I just kind of, once I hit high school and then I fell in love with sports throughout high school, knew I wanted to be on TV. So the passion of just using my voice, using my knowledge that I've gained from my siblings, my parents, and from the people that I watch, with regarding sports, that's how I kind of got into this space of sports media. The biggest
Oh,
reason.
okay. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And obviously, that's a great why to have. I mean, you obviously had a lot of role models and inspirations around you with all your family playing sports and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, doing a little bit of research and what I normally do with every guest I have on here. Uh, it didn't look like you came from a background of wanting to do this. It's something like you kind of had it late in your career or late in your life that you wanted to do it because I saw that you went to, if I'm not mistaken, Southwest Tennessee Community College,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there. And then you first was kind of doing the child care thing. If I'm not mistaken, you had child care at YMCA as well. So
Mm-hmm.
if not the transition though to being a sports reporter, how has that transition been for you from, going from that childcare aspect to now being in sports journalism? And how has that transition been for you?
It has been actually quite smooth, and I also want to say that a lot of things have happened quickly. A lot of people, I know I recently just did an interview with somebody else, and a lot of people feel like that I've basically come into the game early. Usually people start very late in this field. I
Mhm.
kind of feel like I started late as well. Like I said, I didn't
Mhm.
decide I wanted to pick up sports media until high school. But with
Right.
the connections I've been able to make and with the use of social media, the biggest social media tool we have out here is TikTok.
Sure.
I've been able to do a lot of things. The connections I've been able to make. I'm so thankful for the city of Memphis being a basketball city, which is why I love Memphis so much because we have people out here that are in sports
Mhm.
media. Shout out to Anthony Sang, which is my mentor. I reached out to him. My mother encouraged me to reach out to him, and I did exactly that. And he basically formed a media group. Me and like other men I was the only girl. It's not a lot of women out here in sports media. But I'm of course trying to be one of those women out here in sports media. I am one of those women out here in sports media. But
Sure,
yeah, I was in
sure.
a media group. It was in a media group, and just from there, everything just sprouted. And so I would say that the transition from me and child wanting to be heavily in childcare from an early age to me being in sports media now has been smooth and quick.
Okay, I like that. Shout out to 901 area code out there in Memphis, Tennessee. I definitely know about that. No question. Bill Street has my heart. And that barbecue out there is serious. No question about it. That barbecue's real good. No question. I want to ask you some favorite questions, and you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions, okay? So here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Favorite meal I like to cook. As of lately, I really been getting into fitness, so just that basic salmon, broccoli, and rice
Mm.
is
Oh.
quick go-to meal for me. Yes.
Okay, now the next time I come out there to see my Lakers play them Grizzlies, I might have to say what's up to you. Okay, straight up. I just might. I'm a huge Lakers fan. I grew up in California, San Diego to be exact. So yes, huge Lakers fan. And that actually was the last time I was in Memphis when I went to the FedEx Forum to watch the Grizzlies play my Lakers, which they beat up on my Lakers that night. So it was pretty devastating to me. But you know, it is what it is. Still a good time and a great place to go to watch basketball for sure.
That's right.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
I've only been to two, but my favorite would probably have to be Raw Wave. I'm a huge Raw Wave fan. I saw
Mm.
it 2 years ago, either last year, two or a year ago, with my cousin. But yeah, him most definitely.
Yeah, you know, the last time he went on concert, you know, he canceled his concert, canceled a lot of dates on his tour. And I had bought tickets to go see him because at that time I was in Minnesota and I wanted to go see him, but I was like, man, I'm a huge Rod Wave fan too. But I'll say my favorite concert, kind of the same genre as him, is The Weeknd.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
Weeknd is definitely a good vibe for me. His Starboy album is definitely top five to me. It's not even a song I would skip on that album. It's definitely so good, so good. So yeah, concerts is too. Okay, that's what's up. Um, Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Favorite place? See, I'm not a traveler, but the places
Mm.
that I have been to, I guess Miami would be the top of the top. I went to Miami for my 21st birthday with my best friend and another friend of mine's, and I let loose. I did what any 20-year-old, 21-year-old would have did in Miami, lived it up. So yeah, Miami, my favorite place.
I have not been to that city, but I've had many friends that have been there and said that it is quite the party town, especially the South Beach side. South Beach side of Miami is quite the party town. Definitely on my bucket list to go for sure. As far as states in the U.S., I would say my favorite city though was this past year going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans. When I got a chance to cover the Super Bowl in New Orleans, y'all food was just off the chain. It was so good. The jambalaya, the gumbo, the alligator, just everything. I mean, it was just so good. And the city was great too. It was just great host for the Super Bowl. One of my favorite cities for sure to go to. Um, no doubt, no doubt. I'm a sports person. You're a sports person, so I gotta ask this sports question. It's a two-parter. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to attend in person? They could be the same sport.
It is the same sport. I like watching basketball. Majority of the time, I am watching basketball. I'm always talking basketball. Favorite
Hmm.
sport I like to see in person. I've been to like a couple of football games, not any pro football games, just like high school level, college level, whatever. But it's still basketball. The joy I get from just watching. I don't even care what gender you are. People hoop on a basketball court. Yeah,
Hmm.
basketball.
No question, no question about that. Love me some basketball. Obviously, I'm gonna be educated by you today on the Memphis women's basketball team. There's no question about that. But I'm used to the Memphis men's, obviously with Penny Hardaway coaching his alma mater. He's the head coach there at Memphis. I know about that, and obviously I know about the Grizzlies as well with John Morant, Triple J going there. Although it is a little sad that they lost Desmond Bain this offseason, but that's okay. It's all right. They will bounce back, the Grizzlies, eventually for sure. So yeah, I'm down with you on basketball because that's my favorite sport. Love basketball. Football, I love watching on TV. If you're not really close in the stands, if you're not covering the game on the field, they could look like mini me's out there sitting way up there in that stands. They could look pretty small. So I'd rather just watch it on TV. I can pause. I can go get something to eat. I ain't got to stand in long lines. I'm good to go. So we good to go. So I'm with you on that. Last of the favorite. Okay, last of the favorites. I've been there to Memphis 2 times. Told you one of my times I've been there. The one time that I went there, I had barbecue. I'm a huge foodie. I need to know, what is your favorite restaurant to go out to and eat at?
My favorite restaurant that I like to go out to eat at, I guess I would just have to say Huey's. I don't go to Huey's a lot, but when I do go, I'm always eating something great, fantastic. I don't know if Huey's is a worldwide thing. I know it's kind
Mhm.
of popular out here in Memphis, but definitely Huey's would be my answer.
Okay, now Huey's is what kind of restaurant? Is it like Americanized food? Is it like steak and sushi? Like what do they specialize in?
It's Americanized food. It's just barbecue. You know what we known for. So
Mm, okay.
barbecue related. You know that's what they Huey's has.
Okay, no doubt about
Yeah.
that. I'm definitely gonna pull up to Huey's the next time I'm there in the 901 area code, and obviously I'm gonna have to say what's up to you for sure. Next time I'm out there, I'm gonna see you, no doubt. That's what's up. I would love to talk to you about your day to day. Now, obviously, you have a beat, and I know what it feels like covering a beat as well. You know, as reporters, no 2 days are ever the same. We talk to different people. We have different stories. We pitch different stories. There's games. That's what makes sports exciting. You never know how the game is going to go. It's going to be, it's so unpredictable, right? You can have a game that's a blowout. You can have a game that's a close win. You can have a game that has 4 overtimes. You just never know how it's going to go in a game. Talk to me about your day to day of covering the women's Memphis basketball team, because I mean, obviously, women's basketball is starting to get more recognized, whether it's professionally and collegiately, and rightfully so, because there's there's a multitude, I should say, of talented players playing all across collegiate basketball and professional basketball. Tell me about your day-to-day process of getting ready to cover teams, what in season is like. Now we're in the off season, although the season is coming up, still technically the off season. Talk to me about the differences in that too.
A day to day, usually, try to just stay on top of everything. I have all the notifications on for the Memphis women's basketball team. I'm in contact with the people behind the scenes. When they drop the news, obviously we're notified, and they'll give us some information. We'll obviously still have to look up information regarding that topic or the
Sure.
news that just dropped. And then, of course, we're writing the articles. But the thing about me is, coming into this world of social media, my niche was basically, the in front of the camera, making videos, 30-second videos, trying to get everybody caught up with information. So last season was my first year covering the team. So when the season officially started, I started right as the season started, probably like a couple weeks before the season started.
Wow.
So right as the season started, my niche was basically, I'll make before game, pre-game, and post-game videos of what's going on, and I'll also give updates during obviously the entirety of the game. So that's what I did, and then I'm still in school. Work in my major is journalism with an emphasis on sports media.
Mhm.
So with me still being in school, like writing is something that I am working on. I've put out 2 articles so far as a beat reporter, but um, it's a lot. But once you know once you get the pieces, and you can visualize everything and put it in word form, it's pretty simple. But
Yeah.
yeah, day to day, my day to day is actually pretty simple. Just got to do the research. The research is the biggest part, I feel like, when you're a journalist, because you want to make sure you get out the research. You want to make sure you get out the information correctly, in a timely manner, always.
No question. Being accurate, being timely is two of the main things, right? Sources are our lifeline. Without sources, we're dead as journalists. There's no question about that. Been in this industry for about 8 years combined. I started off in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've moved to Minnesota. Now I'm up here in New York doing my thing. And as you know, in journalism, it takes us all around the world, the U.S., right? Now you mentioned you were in school. Do you go to the University of Memphis?
I do attend the University of Memphis. I am. I am a junior. I'm going into my junior year. I do. I do have an associate's degree in communication. Decided to further my education in this field. So I picked up journalism because I figured that obviously being in this field, I would have to learn how to write. Writing is actually one of my weakest skills, but I want to perfect it. I want to better it because I know that it's important in this world. So I'm currently in school for that. Yes.
I love that. I love that. Now, that brings up a great question, right? And that is mental health and school life balance, right? A lot of journalists that's been in this industry have, dived off. They've left this industry because their mental health was affected in some shape or way or fashion. Same with school life or work life balance. It's hard to get that balance, especially when you're doing sports, because sports are nights and weekends when your
Mhm.
friends want to turn up, like you said, go to Miami, go to the bar, go to do this and that, do take vacations. We're at games, we're covering games, right? Or we're writing articles and doing stuff like that. Talk to me about how you've kept your mental health strong and not feel like you've been, overworked or, burnout, and have that school life balance. Because if you're in school, 9 times out of 10, you're a full time student. If you're a full time student, then you're probably taking 4 or more classes as well in that semester, plus trying to cover the basketball team, which we know basketball has at least 30 plus games, where you have at least 15 plus games at home, 15 plus games on the road. And that's not to mention if they make the tournament. So,
Right.
it is what it is with that. So tell me, how do you balance all of that and still keep your mental health strong?
That's a good question. Just being able, just remembering to just make time for yourself is really the biggest thing. Having those, sometimes you might just have to go for a walk by yourself and having to really schedule out certain things. And I've talked to a variety of, I've talked to other people in this industry regarding that. And I had one person just tell me that he plans out what day he's gonna write articles, what day he's gonna make videos, and all of that. So really just having a plan for literally every single day of the week, especially when you have games,
Hmm.
when the season is actually ongoing away and at home, and all of that. Regarding and then another thing that I want to talk about is the fact that being a woman also in this field because
Sure.
that's kind of hard too. And I've reached out to other women that are in this field and what do they do mentally, being in a granted I feel like this field is making progress with adding women in it, but like it's still
Sure.
male dominated. And so I've asked them questions and shout out Jessica Benson. She works in Memphis. She works with the
Yep.
Grizzlies. She
Yep.
just basically said, yeah, I want to say she told me that she sees a therapist if I'm not mistaken. And I used to see a therapist when my mental was really bad, but just making sure at the end of the day that you just kind of make time for yourself. If you got to talk it out with a friend, talk your stuff out with a friend, seek a therapist. I work out a lot, so kind of working out has been my gist of me, kicking off steam and other things like that, being in this field industry and all of that. But yeah, I would say that those are ways that I balance uh, my life. You know.
Well, I appreciate you stepping up saying that. Appreciate the transparency, and definitely know Jess Benson. I would love to have her on here at some point for sure. I had her partner in crime, Mike Wallace, on here. If you know Michael Wallace, that works with her
Mhm.
as well over there with the Memphis Grizzlies. That's my guy. Definitely rock with him. But it's a question worth asking because, like I said, you have a lot of stuff going on, right? You got friends, you got family, school. You're trying to cover the team, and you're learning something new. You're trying to further your education with writing and stuff like that. It's just tough to sometimes balance, but it's great to have that kind of perspective that you have, which brings up another great question, which is advice. Now that you're an upperclassman, and you also have an associate degree as well, but you're an upperclassman as far as the journalism goes. What would you say that any incoming freshman or lower, sophomore that is just on the ropes, on the fence about being in broadcast journalism, what kind of advice would you give them, male or female?
Just if this is something you're really passionate about, put all 10 toes into it. I recently, I took a broadcasting class last semester, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Fell in love with it so much I was thinking about changing my major over from journalism to broadcasting. But I didn't do it. I decided not to. But because I just really like the camera, and I fell in love with videography, photography. You'll just continue to find ways. I feel like in this field, there's so many things that you can do in this world, and I feel like you can just fall in love with so many different things. So, it's a ride. It's a ride. It's a long process, but enjoy every moment that you can, and just make sure to be kind of well versed in a variety in different ways in this field. That's it.
Absolutely. No, that's terrific advice. There's no question about that. Obviously, I think you would do amazing in front of the camera. I think that you have a great personality. Obviously, the beauty is there as well. No question about that. But the knowledge and just all of that above, I think the combination of all those combined, I think you would do very great in front of the camera or radio or anything that you really wanted to do. I always tell kids, because I substitute teach as well on the side, I tell them to try everything. Kids that are interested in journalism, because you just never know what you want to do. There's so many different roles in this communication space, not just working with different media sites, but also working with teams, working with corporations, working with stations, publications, stuff like that. You just never know what role you want to do unless you try it out. And so I always tell them try everything, and then you'll see what you like and what you don't like, for sure. So I love that advice that you gave. That's great advice. Educate me, please, on the Memphis women basketball team. Like I said, I'm coming into this season thinking that as a new fan, why should I be intrigued to watch Memphis women's basketball this upcoming season?
Oh, this upcoming season, there's a lot really to look forward with this upcoming season regarding the Memphis women's basketball team. We did have a lot of people, leave through the transfer portal, but with people leaving, we had a plethora of talented women come in through the transfer portal. And I feel like we have a wonderful coach, and Coach Alex Simmons, that is great at recruiting the best of the best talent. We have Paris Gaines, she's a lefty. She's very versatile in her game. She can finish, she can shoot, she can defend, and all of that. We have Corey Allen. She's a big guard. Majority of her work is done inside of the paint. Just a team that's basically well rounded, great defensively, great offensively. We've been able to recruit talent from IMG Academy. Corey Allen, it came from Illinois, but she also went to Montverde in high school. So just like the talent, obviously with the new, it's women's basketball, which is obviously on the rise. Once again, Memphis is a basketball city, so I feel like it's just a lot to look forward to with this team coming into next season. We didn't have the best last season. We didn't have the best season last year, but
Hmm.
it's still a great team, still a great coaching staff, still one of the greatest coaches in college basketball. We have that, and we're going to be worth the watch for in the city of Memphis. We will be.
Okay. Okay. Now, I don't know if they have dropped it yet, but as far as the schedule goes, um, tell me what is it? What is there a game that or two that's on the schedule that you're looking forward to covering?
They have not dropped the schedule yet. We do know, if I'm not mistaken, we do have the conference games. I have to go back and look at it. But regarding the two, we are supposed to play in the Cayman Island Classics. Two games, from my understanding, from what the information we got. We play St. John's, and we play Florida November 28th, and a game on November 29th. So I would say in the classics, I would look forward to watching those two games specifically, Florida and St. John's, as of right now. But obviously when the whole schedule hits, I'm excited because usually I know last season we had games at the FedEx Forum, and you know that's big in the city of Memphis. So I'm hoping and praying this season we do have games at the Forum again, and those are the games that I'm typically excited for because those are the games that we play like the toughest competition. And then on top of that, we also have the St. Jude Classics. We had that last year, and we played South Carolina Gamecocks, which at the time they were the best
Mm.
women's college basketball team
Yeah.
when we met them. And hopefully, so we're excited. I don't know who we're playing yet. The news will be dropping soon, but that game will be huge. It's not a part of the season, but it's just for charity, and it's just fun us seeing us having competition like that come to the city of Memphis. So that would be a game I would say to also look forward to this same
Well, no question. Playing a Hall of Fame coach and Don Staley and
year.
her team, no question about that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Memphis is in the AAC conference, is the Athletic American Conference. I might be wrong on that.
Yes, now yeah, you're correct. Now if I'm not mistaken, they changed it to the American Conference. We're kind
The
of missing
American
it, I
Conference.
think.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. So now is UConn in that same conference as
Uh,
Memphis?
UConn's not in our conference. No.
UConn's not in y'all conference. Okay, I just wanted to. I didn't know for certain if they was or not, but um, I'm definitely excited to see a new team of basketball with Memphis, and I want to be able to pay attention to them, and obviously pay attention to you and do your thing and covering them and be up to date on the news. For sure on that. I want to because we've reached the portion of the podcast now where I'm going to play my interactive game with you called This or That. It's a game I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, and it's pretty simple. I throw some things out at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, here we go. Out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather eat at if you had to choose? KFC or Popeyes?
If I had to choose Popeyes.
Okay, I would say right now you're on point like a period. That's what I would say. We
Popeyes.
doing it. We doing it big. We doing it big. Okay, let's keep it going. Chicken wings. Which flavor would you rather put on the wing? Lemon pepper or barbecue?
Lemon pepper, hands down.
Okay. Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, do you like your wings wet or dry?
Dry.
Okay. I like how you made a face with that. That's what's up. I like that. Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Okay, so are you a dipper? Do you dip your wings in the sauce and then eat them?
Yes.
Okay, got you. Enough said. All right, I like that. I'm a person that likes to dip it too, but I like it wet. I like it messy. That's what I like to do. I like to get messy with it. Give me a wet wipe, I go to work. So yes, absolutely. Okay. These next five questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. So here we go. Which music concert would you rather go to? Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really really good one. If I had to choose when the beef was going on, I was Team Drake. I was Team Drake, so I'd rather see Drake.
Okay, rather see Drizzy. I like that. Six God. I'm with you on that. All right. Now, which music concert would you rather go to? Would you rather go see Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce to know more of these
Okay.
songs.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Now, here we go. Third one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Monica or Brandy?
Mm, I would probably say Brandy. I have to go Brandy.
Okay,
Yeah.
you paused for a minute. That must have been a difficult one to choose from.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was.
Hmm.
One more moment.
Okay, that's all right. They're gonna get a little bit more difficult as we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Chris Brown or Usher?
Chris Brown.
Rather go see Breezy. That 1111 tour. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but his 1111 tour
Mm.
is good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it was something to behold. That residual song, everybody went crazy in the crowd and when he put that on. So it was good. I'm with that. Last of the music. Which music concert would you rather go see? SZA or her?
Her, I love her. I feel like her is super underrated. Definitely go see her.
Okay, all right. That might be an unpopular opinion right there because
Yeah,
many people have
I know.
chosen SZA. No doubt. I like that though. I like the fact you go against the grain. Okay, did pretty good with the music.
Mhm.
Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Would you rather watch football or baseball?
It's a good one. I feel like I go football, football,
Okay. Okay, I got you. Now, which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
bowling. I love bowling.
Are you a good bowler?
No, but I like doing bowling.
Okay, do you need the bumpers?
Yeah, I do. I'm
Oh
learning how to.
hell, oh hell no. See,
Yeah.
listen, we had everything rolling up until this point. Now you talking about bumpers. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
It's okay. Listen, it's all right. You just have to be on a separate lane. That's all. That's all. Couldn't be on the same lane with you. That's all. And we gotta get you to slide too. So you can slide the ball down and then let the
Oh my
bumpers just
goodness.
take and let the bumpers take effect. Yeah, that's what we do.
Mhm.
It's all good. Okay. Do you like desserts?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these that you'll never eat again. Okay, so here we go. The first one is ice cream. The next one is grouped together. So cake slash pies. The next one is candy. And the last category is cookies. Which one are you getting rid of?
The ice cream. I can go with the ice cream.
Okay. Now, what is your favorite cookie?
Regular chocolate chip.
Okay, so keep it plain, keep it basic. I like that. I'm a huge. I mean, who doesn't love chocolate chip now? Chocolate chip is very good, but just to be a little bit more different, I'll say gingerbread as well is one of my favorites. No question. A soft, warm gingerbread cookie does the trick for me, for sure. Okay, that's what's up. Do you like potato chips?
I do.
Okay, so same format. I'm gonna ask you for, or I'm gonna name, sorry, four different brands. You got to choose one of these brands to get rid of. So here we go. First one is Doritos. The next one is Lay's. The third one is Ruffles. The last one is Pringles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Ruffles can go.
Oh hell no! You said that with a straight face. You said that with a straight face. Ruffles. Mm-mm-mm. Well, listen, I mean, obviously you're very talented, passionate, and there's a lot of things I like about you, obviously, and beauty as well, but you're just proven you're not perfect. It is what it is. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. What is your favorite, what is your favorite chip? It doesn't have to be from those three, but what is your favorite chip?
It is Doritos, specifically the sweet heat. It's sweet and spicy, something like that. The purple bag of Doritos are my favorite.
So you like the spicy. Okay, you like the spice a little bit. All right. I feel you on that. Okay. You did pretty good on this or that, except with the chips, but that's okay. I mean, the spice chips is pretty good. Doritos, what you said, that is really good. No question about that. But my favorite chip is sour cream and cheddar ruffles. No question about that. So that's my favorite. This next question that I have for you, dear, is a question called bucket list. And that what this means is I want you to give me a top four bucket list of events or stories that you would like to write or cover in your journalism career that you haven't done yet.
Mm, that's a good one. So four stories. Four stories. Okay. I would like to do a Memphis Grizzlies playoff game. I've never covered a Grizzlies playoff game.
Whoa. Okay, okay. Now, you didn't get did they even offer you the chance of doing game 3 or 4 last year with Oklahoma City?
Nah,
No.
I did
Mm,
the playing game, but I didn't do the playoffs.
okay.
Uh, I would like to do. Let's see. Try to. It's probably gonna all be basketball related.
That's okay.
Um,
I'm with it.
I would like to do. I have yet to do a WNBA game. I've been trying to do that one for the longest.
Mm,
And it's specifically an Atlanta Dream game because that's the closest um place.
right,
Uh,
right. Well, they might make the playoff. Well, ain't no might. They definitely gonna make the playoffs this year. So you
they
definitely,
should.
definitely, definitely got a good chance of possibly getting to them if you want to.
Yeah. Um. Hopefully, we can get a Memphis women's game in the a conference championship.
That would be nice.
That would
Very
be
nice.
dope. Very very dope. I feel like that would be very big. Um, if that happened regarding my career.
Okay.
Uh, and then the last one, I guess. I want to do this. I've planned it out. Hopefully I can do the Olympics for either the men or the women. I'm praying that's one of my goals. That's a big one, but yeah, the
Hey,
Olympics when they come here to
the
LA.
the only way you sometimes you gotta sometimes you gotta achieve goals while speaking into existence. So that's the one
Yeah.
thing why I ask this bucket list question, because a lot of times people have their goals and people have their events that they want to do, and I was like, speak that into existence. You just never
Yeah.
know. You never know what it is. For me, I would love to do a World Series, no particular order. I would love to do the Olympics as well. I agree with you on that. I would love to do. Um, I would love to do an all-star game. And that's all-star game from all the major sports like MLB, NBA, and not really Pro Bowl, no, not NFL, but NHL, sure, MLS. I like to do that as well, just to see what the vibe is. And then my last one I would love to do is a college football playoff game. Yeah.
Love it.
I think that would be absolutely amazing. I would love to do a college football playoff game for sure. Give me a top 4 of things to do the next time I touch down in Memphis, Tennessee. You know, when you think about Tennessee, people don't really think about coming to Memphis, and sometimes Memphis gets a bad rap
We
because
do.
of because of the things that goes on out there and stuff like that. Now, 2 times I've been there, it's been great, but only been there twice. Give me 4 things that I should do the next time I touch down in Memphis.
Obviously one of the biggest things we have down here. Not a lot of people think it's fun, but I would say visit Graceland. Um,
Elvis
I've done it before.
Estate.
Yeah, I've done it before. It was a long time ago. I was in elementary school, but I went there. Been there.
Okay.
Um, I've been to the Memphis Zoo a plethora of times. I would say visit the zoo.
Okay.
Um, let's see what else. My brain. A Redbirds game, of course.
Who?
A Redbirds game.
Who is that?
The Memphis Redbirds, if I'm not mistaken, it's the minor league team for the St. Louis Cardinals out
Oh,
here.
okay.
Yes,
Okay. Baseball. Got you.
got some baseball out here. Yep. And then of course, catch a Grizzlies game. I think that those would be all exciting in my opinion. But at
Well,
the same time,
definitely catching another Grizzlies game. There's no question about
yes,
that. I'll definitely do that. The Redbirds. I do like the minor league baseball because their concession stands are just a little bit better sometimes, and a little
hmm
less people there. They cook better. It's good. So I might catch that as well. And then I do like zoos. Being from San Diego, which has one of the best zoos in the world, I love zoos and going to different zoos and seeing different animals. And then I think the first one you said was Graceland. So I have not been there yet, but that's Elvis's Presley's estate. I've seen different places such as when I was in Minnesota, I saw Paisley Park, which if you don't know what that is, that's Prince's estate. So I had a chance to go there and see his stuff. When I was in Atlanta, Georgia, went to Ebenezer Baptist Church and went to Martin Luther King Jr.'s house. So love
Oh
that.
yeah, how did I forget? The oh my god, I forgot the name of the place. This is so bad. We have MLK. It's bad. How can I forget? To go
Okay.
to where MLK rested. Like, oh my gosh, how did I forget
That's
that?
that. No, I totally understand, and that's fine. That's okay. That's all right. We'll just replace that with the Memphis Grizzly game because I've already went
Yeah,
there, so we'll do that, and we'll put that in its place, right? Because I haven't done that
yeah.
before. That
Put the
would be
rice.
amazing. That'd
Right.
be amazing. Okay, that's what's up. I
Yeah.
love that. Let's talk about advice that you have received from anyone. Talk about advice that you have received from someone that has stayed with you, that has made an impact with you, that has stayed with you.
My mentor, most definitely, when I first started off, just making your biggest thing is you gotta when you're in, and I'm learning this as I get older and continue to be in these spaces because sometimes I feel intimidated. Like I said, I'm more so of a video person, and everybody when I'm in like at a game or something, of course I'm taking my notes. And I'm obviously making tweets, but I'll see people writing articles or whatever about the
Mhm.
games and things like that. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not meant to be here because my thing is after the game, I'll make my videos and then I'll give a quick recap so people don't have to read. But yeah, just basically making sure that your presence is felt and making sure that your presence is known. You belong there. I belong in these spaces. You belong in these spaces. Um, the biggest. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, but he basically
Yeah, go
said,
ahead.
"I'm not going. I don't need somebody to open the door for me." He said, "I'm one of those people who gonna kick that motherfucker down. I'm gonna kick the door
Hmm.
down, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna walk in, and like he said, make his presence known. And that's the biggest piece of advice that I will continue to take with me, and I always try to remember, making sure that make sure you feel as though you belong in that space, because you do. People do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge advocate for women sports reporters. Obviously, I love my brothers who do a great job. There's many men around the world that I've met, passed business cards out to that have done a great job. But we're not the only ones that play sports, and we're not the only ones that cover sports. Women do a great job of covering sports and play sports as well. I want to ask you this bonus question, which is, what is your perspective, I should say, about women's inequalities of women's sports reporting, if you have any perspective at all, because sometimes the differences could be seen with pay, treatment, and opportunities, right? A lot of times you have the stigma of a woman that is, covering football. They'll say, why is a woman doing that? Because they never played football. Or why is a woman getting treated this way? Because there's only one woman in the room and it's nine dudes that's
Mm-hmm.
in the room as well. Like the balance is off. Do you have any perspective to that?
Um, yeah, for me, the biggest thing that I try to harp on is I make sure I follow as many women reporters as I can,
Mhm.
obviously.
Yep.
And I push their content out more than I may push a male's out just due to the imbalances regarding how, women are seen. I don't like the perception that this woman might be hired because she's a pretty face. I don't like that because a lot of these women, yes, they have a pretty face, but they know what they're talking about. They
Right.
they get paid to talk about things that you watch and things like that. So I don't like it. We women. I've spent hours. I know Jessica Benson. Shout out to her again. She spends hours watching basketball games, watching football games, watching these summer league games.
Hmm.
She invests time. She invests money. She like women in general invest all of this into the games and things like that. So we have every right to talk about these things because we just like anybody else, invest time into these things. So I just think that I think it, obviously it's unfair, and I'm going to continue to break those shackles while being in this field.
Well, you have to, right? And I feel that women need to continue to, step up and say something, but it can't just be y'all. It has to be us too. We have men have to also be advocates as well. And yeah, Jess Benson is a great representation of being in the sports journalism industry, and a great representation of what not just women, but a reporter, what a reporter does.
Mhm.
And that's the one thing that I think, you mentioned something that definitely hit home, and that's the pretty face, right? It's definitely not just about that. We can't exclude it because there's handsome faces on men too. There's handsome face with the men too as well, but that's not the most important thing. Because if you were just a pretty face and you didn't know what the hell you was talking about, you wouldn't be on TV. You
Exactly.
wouldn't be at your job. Period. I mean, if you were just talking crazy and nonsense, I would turn you off on my TV because it was like, what is she talking about, or what is he
Right.
talking about? So
Exactly.
yeah, go ahead.
And that's the thing. I mean, we see it even with the nonsense thing. Like there are some male reporters that may say some things that we just completely disagree with. I know Stephen A. Smith is very, and I love Stephen A. Smith to death. He's one of my inspirations in the
Right.
field because he's so big. But there are
Sure.
people who will say he don't know what he's talking about. But it's just it's just crazy. I don't
And
know.
at times he may seem like that because he's
Yeah.
loud and boisterous. There's no question about it. But there is a reason why he's at the status that he's at, and people have to remember
Mm-hmm.
that it's not just
Exactly.
because he's loud and boisterous. He also knows and he's well connected
Exactly.
within the industry. So you have that, and I'll ask that question because you are a woman of color, and I'm a man of color, and I know being in this industry for now going on 8 years. A lot of my times that I've covered these section and state championships for high school or college games or even professional games, you don't see a whole lot of people like us at some of these games. You just don't. And it's unfortunate. And that conversation has to get moved as well. You definitely don't see a lot of African American women, writers or photographers at most of these events. And to the person that's up and coming, to the person that sees, that's a little girl that's in middle school or about to go to high school, and you don't see faces that look like yours, it could be demeaning. It could
Mm-hmm.
be, to the point where it's like, man, why don't I see more people like us? You know
Right.
what I mean? So,
Exactly. That's
ab-
a, that. That's exactly like I said. Why I do what I do, especially in the city of Memphis.
I love that. I want to get you out of here on these final two questions, and first one is going to be rapid fire. So I'm just going to throw some things at you. The first thing that comes to your mind, I want you to just shout it out with glee. So here we go. Okay. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Okay. Chicken or ribs?
You said chicken or ribs?
Yeah.
Chicken.
Okay. Juice or soda?
Soda.
Okay. Favorite Netflix TV show?
Oh, that's a good one. Super Sale.
Okay. Say what?
Super Sale. Super
Who,
Sale.
who is that?
Super Sale. It's a show about these black superheroes. It's
Okay.
really
Oh,
good.
I'm going to have to check that out. I've never even heard of that until you said that. Okay. That's what's up. Favorite color?
Purple.
Okay. Favorite board game?
Monopoly.
Okay. Favorite card game?
Uno.
Yep, me too. Dominoes or spades?
Dominoes.
Okay. If you had a choice to bring three people with you on vacation, who would be those three people and where would you go? Now, mind you, before you pick, you can choose family, friends, or celebrities.
Celebrities. I go ahead and take my brother and my sister. So that's two people off the bat.
Look, it's you plus three. So you actually have a total of four. So you could choose one
Oh,
more.
hold on, four. Okay. And one more. I would probably. Ooh, this is a good one. Celebrity. A friend. I'd take my cousin. My cousin Destiny. I'd
Okay.
take.
Now, where would y'all go?
Somewhere in Canada, because I've always wanted to
Hmm.
go up there to Canada. So it's
Hmm.
Canada.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you, Toronto is a beautiful city. I know about that. Know about Toronto, so that's very nice. But there's plenty of cities out there that's pretty amazing. But Toronto definitely comes to mind as one of my favorite cities that I've been to in Canada. So just throwing that out there. Um, if you had a choice to choose between three artists or three songs to listen to on repeat and never get tired of, who would those three artists or three songs be?
The three artists: J. Cole, Rod Wave, and Drake, for sure.
That's what I'm
Uh,
talking about. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Girl, you got some good taste right there. J. Cole. That I think it's called that Black Forest Drive album, that Black Forest Hills album, the 2014 joint. Yeah, that one was nice. I like that. I think that was the one after he came out with that workout song on that album when he had the fade before he got the
yeah,
before he got the dread. So
yeah.
yeah, I've been rocking with J. Cole for a minute, so I feel you on that. Okay. Favorite alcoholic drink?
I really drink anything, but if I had to choose, I guess tequila.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. A little bit of 1800. Are we talking about?
Mhm.
Okay. All
Anything.
right. That's some good stuff right there. I'm a Hennessy dude, so I definitely like doing that. Like Hennessy, like my hand for sure. And my dual say. My dual say is pretty good too. If they came to you, last of the rapid fire, if they came to you and they told you, they said, "Hey, we love the work that you do. We love the work that you do covering Memphis University women's basketball team, but we want you to cover a different team this year." Okay? Out of these three teams, which one would you decide to cover? Would you decide to cover women's softball, women's volleyball, or women's soccer?
Those are all good, but I would have to do the softball. Softball would be my first pick.
Okay. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. And I really, really like this conversation. You've been pretty dope from the beginning all the way to now, pretty much the end. And just your background of growing up in the Memphis area, going to school, and bettering your education, attending the University of Memphis, covering the women's basketball team, which I am hoping that they have a wonderful season. Cannot wait till the schedule drops because I will be paying attention to them as well. And I hope that they have a much better season than last year. We're not even gonna speak about their record last year. We're
Yeah.
not gonna speak on that. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna leave that dead and buried, dead and gone, like Ti. So
Yeah.
we don't we don't need to do all that. But it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you and getting to know you. I'm a new fan of yours. I'll be following your content, and I look forward to seeing you in person down there in the
Of
901.
course.
So I want to ask you though, as the final question. Is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, or anything at all before we conclude?
Yes, I do have a podcast of my own. I did mention this earlier, where
Ooh.
I do talk about specifically, once again, just basketball mainly. I'm going live later tonight, on
Ooh.
playback. I go live on playback, but then I upload it to YouTube like the next day. I have a co-host, Jordan. She's very into the same. She's in the sports media world like I am. She's a writer. She follows the WNBA. She also did Unrivaled season, the first season as well, and she still does it and things like that. So yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. Maria knows best. My podcast is called Double Team. Me and Jordan are your hosts for that show. But yeah, that's really it. I think that's all I wanted to add.
Well, first off, I'm gonna have to get Jordan on here because I would love to know her why and her story as well. And secondly, I'm gonna have to tune in, so you might see a comment from me or two for sure. No doubt. And I want you to take care, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I look forward, obviously, to meeting you in person and look forward to more of your content. You're very welcome.